Hello, everybody. Here, let me adjust this camera a little bit. So what I want to talk about real quickly is fundamentals versus technicals. There's always been push and pull between the two. And I have always leaned on the technical side of things because of supply and demand and cash flow's effect on any asset, right? Too much supply, too little demand, prices drop. A lot of demand, too little supply, prices go up. Both cash flow situations. And I saw something yesterday that I wanted to bring to your attention. So, in the fundamental world, you'll notice that oil will sometimes, according to the media, it will sometimes cause prices to go up in the stock market. And then an oil price next will cause prices to go down in the stock market. And so there's all of these standard kind of things that occur, earnings, the price of oil per barrel, but they have different outcomes. And so I would blame two things. I would always say, well, fundamentals don't work and the media is liars. And then something came to my attention yesterday. When Powell was giving out his Fed rate cut decision, he said something, and I got this from wonderful Twitter. I'm going to read it to you directly from my phone. Chair Powell on inflation, and this is in quotes, we will have to let the data lead us on that. Meaning, are we going to have a rate cut? Are we going to have a rate rise? Or are we going to stay neutral on rates? And then, did they change how CPI is calculated? And then here's a little snippet about how CPI is calculated. As consumers make new substitute choices because they cannot afford to buy what they used to get, the CPI gets weighted lower. The overall result tends to be a lower CPI. So they are adjusting the data based on what they want to see. Why is this important? Well, it answers two questions. One, it's not that fundamentals don't work, it's that you have to pay very, very close attention. And the guys that are amazing at using fundamentals, they get it right all the time. And I used to wonder, how are they doing that? Why is it so wrong here? It's because they're good at what they do and they notice those adjustments. So they get it correct. And then the second piece, the evil media telling me, oh, look, oil's up, so the market's up. Oh, oil's up, market's down. The fact of the matter is, let's think about who the media is. It's journalists. These are people that enjoy writing. Most of them have books outside of whatever they're talking about, right? So they're not in there investigating what shifts were made in the CPI calculations this year versus last year. They're counting on the data they're receiving from the federal government being accurate, right? And in fact, the Federal Reserve is not even a government agency, it's a private company, but they're still relying on them to give them accurate information. So it dispelled two things that I've wondered my entire life, and I wanted to put that out there. So for those of you out there that are running on the data that comes out and you're reading this data, you need to realize that they're changing that data based on what they want it to say so that they can have the conclusion that they want to have. Now, is this always happening? I'm not saying it is. I'm saying be careful and watch what you're looking at. All right, that's it.